Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to session 4. I am actually really excited right now because I have a special guest. Our special guest is Mike LaRouche, and I've already mentioned Mike a little bit before regarding some of the successes that he's been having lately, and we've just been talking right before this session, and he's been telling me about some of the things that he's working on, how he's pushing them out, and I'm really pumped up because I know Adam knows Mike much more than I do. He's been working with him over the past couple of months, so I'm pretty excited about doing this. Welcome, Mike. Thank you so much for making the time. I'm really excited to have you here.
Oh, thank you, Eric, and be sure that it's a great honor for me to be sharing what I did with everything I know, I learned from you guys. You know, this is a basic thing of everything that we're gonna be looking at today.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't want to take all the credit. I think most of it still goes out to you because you're the one that is implementing it at the end of the day. So let's jump in, Mike, and please tell me more regarding your background and what you've been, uh, just even in general before you got into video marketing and what you worked on. I know you sold some businesses, and I'm very curious to hear your entire story.
Okay, correct. So thank you, Eric. So first, please excuse myself because I'm a French-speaking person. I did learn a bit of English, you know, on the past year, but I'm going to be trying to do my best today. So basically, I'm a 68 years old person, and I have been a graduate in engineer in the late 70s. And in the 70s, the engineer graduate was IT, doesn't exist at that time really, it was electrical. But I remember one of my last tasks as an engineer, last exam, was build a computer, to be able to build a computer. And this is earlier, before Apple and before everything. So we built a computer. Mine did have 8K of RAM memory. Each K of RAM memory was a board about 12 inches by 8 inches with something like 64 little chips. So at the end of it, I turned the switch on and it was running. I do have a screen, a green screen with a dot that was prompting on it. But starting there, I realized that I can't do anything with this if I didn't learn the programmation. So I go and work to learn the code and everything. And at the end of it, turning the 75 or something like that, I have been an IT specialist, getting one master degree on top of my basic engineer. So at that time, I did go and learn the coding, the basic coding and everything. So, I did run this business till the 2200 bug, you know, you should be remembering it, Eric. So I spent a lot of time in this business. I did hire about 300 person here in Canada, doing two major clients as my client in French it was le bug de l'an 2000, so something like I don't know what to say it in English. Y2K in English, yes. And two major clients. One was Bell Canada, which is a major company here, the nationwide telephone company. And the other one was Nortel Networks. My brother was acting as a VP over there. So I do have the chance to go to Nortel. And they hired my team to fix all the code on their system and everything. Thanks God, everything runs correctly. So then in 2001, I was hiring about 250 person. They was in Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver. This is about 4,000 miles between those two ends of our country. And I asked myself what I'm doing with those guys. I can't throw them away. They're so good. They have been so nice with me. They put lots of money in the business account and in my pocket. So we set a real huge meeting in Toronto, asking those guys, "Hey guys, what would you like to do?" So all of those guys were IT guys, hacker, and everything, And they told me, "Look, Mike, I think that we should build a IT business specialized in solution." So I said, okay, correct. So we made a kind of steering committee of 8 or 10 of those guys. And then they end up about a month after telling me that we think that selling things online can be good. Okay, so we build our a cart, and we build in passerelle. I don't know how to say it in English, but the button that we push to go to PayPal. In French, it's a passerelle. In English, I don't know exactly what it is, but
The
we
buy
build it.
button, you mean?
Eh?
Just the
Sorry?
buy button, or
Yeah, like a buy button, yes. And we did make an agreement with Visa and La Banque Nationale here in Quebec, and they did accept our online payment. Starting that point, we have the IT team, the graphic team, the code, everything. The only thing that we don't have was the customer. So I realized that I need to hire some salesperson and everything, because we was like the trying to sell something that nobody knows at that moment. And then we find our first customer. It was a franchiser. He do franchise the a kind of pet shop. He did have about 20 different sales place here in the Eastern Canada, and we built him a real website, and completely hard coded, no CRM, nothing on it, because this was code before even Windows. I don't remember the code, but it was with early code, real old code. And this guy paid us at that time $150,000 for this system, the card itself and the 20 front end for each of those stores. We did implement a little the thing on WordPress today, so each store did have his own personal page and everything. So this has been our first real customer. At that time, after I realized that I need to have a support team, because this was completely new. Nothing. We don't know nothing in that. So we set up a support team, online, on phone, and everything, And we started going this and this and this. The business grew real fastly, and we did some real great customer, in Canada and United States. And even today, I still have 2 customers that are on the Fortune 500, big enterprise here in America. I can't name them. And I'm on the steering committee from those companies. I've been there for the last 20, 22, 25 years, something like that. And this business is still alive. I sold it to my employees in 2005 or 2006, when I've been starting to be sick. At that point, I go helping my wife. She was handling a surgical clinic in the Montreal area. And I worked with her on her IT system, developing big CRM and the website and everything. I was really sick, can't really work, and I spent 5 years with her into her business from my home. Then turning on 2010 or 2012 or something like that, I was starting to be real sick. I've been hospitalized and amputated from both of my legs between 2012 and 2014. So this gave me a real break again, because I was in front of quite nothing for my life, not really not regarding the money and everything, but regarding what I'm gonna be doing. Listening TV, 10 hours or 12 hours of this is quite impossible, because I start work after my IT engineer at 21 years old, and I didn't stop, working 7 days a week. So it was not possible for me, So I came back home after my hospitalization, and during those I asked the doctor to study at the hospital. Because I was in Montreal, and the University of Montreal was really close to the hospital, about 2 blocks, and the university accepted me as a kind of external student. I did wrote during those 42. I have been hospitalized 42 months in 2 different sessions. So I did 2 master in IT, one in security, and the other one, the last one, is in social media. I was really impressed because we was in 2013. I was really impressed of the power of social media, and I don't really understand how does it work. How people can aggregate so much information and everything, and at that time, something called big data was on the table, and it's close to the USA Big Brother, but it's quite the same thing, but it's the big data. And I wrote in French, we said a memoir. I don't know in English what it is, but it's a master work that you're giving to the university, and after that, they gave you your degree. So in 2014, I came back home in front of my TV, telling myself what I'm gonna do. And first thing that we decide to solve our huge house in the northern part of Montreal. We sold it and we bought a little condo of a 3 room. So I don't have grass and pool and everything. It's impossible. And then I told myself, I need to do something. I sold my business. I'm retired in my mind. I'm retired physically, but not in my mind, I need to stay home, but I can't listen to TV. So the only thing that I found at that moment was to start working at home. The easiest thing that I did, like lots of people did, I think, is go to the MLM and affiliate marketing and everything. So surfing on the web, being on JVZoo and all those things, I purchased about close to 100 of different applications out of those guys. Okay, a lot, quite everything that was
No
on the
way.
market. I purchased them. I still have them. There's some good, there's some bad. I think that I spent at least $50,000 in that. But I learned the I learned. This was my third degree. I learned everything. I purchased that I purchased $99. I purchased one sushi, the drop muck videos, and all those stuff. I have all those on my system, and I use them. I try to understand how they works, and then I start to understand that I should be able to aggregate those together. Okay, so this is what I'm working at presently. I'm working at and I'm doing it. I'm using them for because I'm still having a few other products that I'm selling. I don't want to sell to those guys here because it's only something for the MLMers, but I will be speaking about this perhaps later on if you allow me, Eric. So I did purchase all those things, create a Shopify store and such other store, create 10 or 12 of them. I sold them. Never made real money on it, a few bucks, but when you made $1,000 on the Shopify store, you're so happy that you go to the restaurant and you spend $140 at the restaurant with your $100 that you made on the store. So it's not a good thing. I met Adam and Eric after this quite long learning curve, with a lot of application, without any money from those applications. Adam appeared on my screen, and I was listening a seminar, and I think that I met Eric first on another deal or something like that, but for a little application. But then the invite come to me. I watched the video remix presentation. It's quite a year from now, or something like that, and look, it's amazing. I completely fall in love with video remix. the product, not the guys. I know that Eric and Adam are marvelous. They are so generous and everything. But I fell in love with the product, with Video Remix, because there's a technology, and there's more than a technology. There's a kind of different approach for our market, for the market that we can look at with this technology. So starting then, I was talking with Adam once, twice a week, something like that. He told me, hey, Mike, come on, come in, go ahead, come as a white label and so on. Adam is so patient, it's quite unbelievable, because I told him, yes, I'll be in next week. But, understanding my background that I did purchase perhaps hundred of different applications, I was not ready to, because Video Remix was more expensive than all the others, and I was not ready to jump in it. I need to be sure of that. So I purchased the basic package. I don't know exactly what it is, but the basic package, and I use it for my personal client, for my wife clinic, because she did have this clinic, and for my wife clinic, for my wife's spa. And I use Video Remix, creating small videos, because I wasn't able to understand exactly what's going on. I purchased a lot of other things, all the Adobe Premiere and everything, Camtasia, lots of different things, understanding the video, how does it works, how does the code can be stick to a video, doing what Video Remix can do, and doing more than this, go to the new HTML type of videos and everything. So during probably 5 or 6 months till the November, December, I think, I work with Video Remix, the basic application, and in December I decided to jump in. So I jumped in the white label partnership with Adam, and thank you guys, really thank you to have been so patient with me, because this has been the best decision of my life. You can believe me, this has been the best decision of my life, because today, okay, I'm too fast. There's a next step before it. Excuse me, I'm a little nervous because I'm not. I don't have any notes in front of me, so I'm trying to put things in my mind, in the correct row. But it's a bit hard. But now that I'm a Video Remix partner and everything, after this few months, probably 4 or 5 of working with it, using it, trying it. Like I said, I realized that the white label was the thing that I need for 2 reasons. This is the only way. I don't know if you're still selling white label, Eric. You can tell me, or
Yeah,
okay,
we're
okay,
somewhat, somewhat depending. It's mostly, well, it's 100% Adam that makes the decision whether to accept new partners or not accept new partners. But yeah, I'm really glad that you're saying that. I'm here. My jaw is dropping, and I'm really impressed, and I'm really excited. So I'll let you keep going.
okay, okay. Thank you. So look, so what I did realize is that to be able to build a real business, because even though if you're on the $99 business, on the I'm on into another one which is Fresh Lime, it's a thing like 99. There's lots of those, and everybody are competing for the next client, trying to get $10 out of it. This is not a business. This is not a business. I want to build a real business, and I want to build my business, my next business, on a more robust base than the one that I built in 2001. Okay, so with the Video Remix software, if I can call it like this, and to be able to aggregate it to some others, we will be able to scale the business. So it will be a real business, it will be a scalable business, and at the end of the day, it will be a sellable business, because I learned this from you, Eric, okay? And So to be able to sell this business, because I'm 68, so I won't be here for the next 30 years. So, and my goal is for sure to be able to sell it to help somebody else doing business, you know, with what I did, and to allow them to not be obliged to do all the steps that I need to realize and understand everything that I need to put on my background, you know. So building the real business, the scalable business, and the sellable business. That's what I'm doing presently, okay? I do have a few other white label, SMS Blaster, Email Blaster, SMS Tool Scraper, you know, that I put on since my second degrees, you know, and I be able to package them together uh, will allow me to do the real scalable business, because now what I really understand and what I'm really doing presently, we are packaging everything. We won't be selling no more videos. We won't be selling no more hey guys, I got the best 360 videos. I try to pitch this to agency, to brokers, to videographers, and they told me, "Oh, your thing look like scrap. You know, you look like crap." So I'm doing 360 in HTML, so on, 22 words long application. So I'm not a videographer. I am not a video producer. I am nothing of this. The only thing that I know presently, I know how to do business. I did understood exactly the problem and what the real estate agent need to correct. So what we will be offering them using all the application on the background, because we have all our toolbox, you know. Because when we go to a garage and have our muffler to be set, the garage, he will tell us, okay, don't be afraid, give me half an hour, and when you will be out of the garage, your car won't be noisy again. But he don't explain us that he will be keeping using a screwdriver to pinch or to clip, or I don't know, you know. The thing that I want to be sure that my car will be as it was when it was new. So this is what we are going to do presently. We are going to be acting as a real consultant, like we was in 2001 when I sold my first store. We even don't know what we were talking about. We even don't know what was the tool, but the only thing that we clearly understand is what our customer want. He want at that time to be able to offer his product on the web and give a global approach of his 20 different store. So our real estate agent, we are now their new consultant, and we are not selling product to those guys. We are presently packaging all the product based on the Video Remix platform, and our products are the following. We are offering now virtual open house, which is the virtual open house based on Video Remix, a few intro, a few middle pages, and then the outro. The outro can contain a link to the agent website page and everything. We are also offering the paperless open house. Paperless open house is based on I think it's on the real estate event, the first one early in February. We were talking with Charles. I do chat with him a bit and everything, and then I understand how does it works, and I set it up. So we are offering now to our agent who join our team of client the paperless open house. We also offer virtual tool, which is quite simple. Everybody will understand it here. We will also offering 360 virtual tool, which are completely different. And we will be upgrading them to be able to get our actual new application that is baking presently. And this application is the application with which we will be able to offer them, hey guys, would you like to get more buyer leads, more seller listing, be in touch with the FSB or the Expire before everything? Be sure that you be in touch with those before other will You don't want that, my friend. So this is the Zapier system that we set up. We set up based on what Adam shows us in the past weeks. So I purchased those, I installed those, and we put some meat around the bone. And this is our new upgrade, and this will be an option for our customer. So guys, with this setup, I will be able to avoid selling 360 video and avoid somebody telling me that the video from Bill is better than the one from Jack and mine is worse than those two. So I don't want to hear that, because I'm not selling video. I'm not selling anything of this. I'm selling a solution, and I'm really implementing all this thing around based on video remix, on my white label video remix system. I'm implementing a real SaaS system. So, and this brings me two sales. Okay, it's incredible, because you saw my price sheet earlier today, and I was in touch with two real estate broker in the Quebec area, and one of those is about my age, 60 years old, and so last year I think that he sold probably 50 or 60 houses at about $3,000 or $4,000 each. So he have the money, you know, in marketing to support this. But when I was with them on phone, because I said the first one that I convinced to listen at my solution offer, and it's not packaged yet. You need to understand that, you know, we are working on it presently. It's not yet packaged, but he purchased this on my word, and we will be deliver them for sure. But he told me, look, will you allow me to have online my friend from another city about 100 kilometers from here? I told, yes, no problem at all. So we was on Skype chatting. I was showing my screen, sharing my screen, putting video remix on, putting all what I discussed, you know, in the past minute. At the end of it, they asked me tons of questions, you know, but all their goal with those questions wasn't about the video quality, wasn't about the, Eric, you will be laughing, Eric, like you told me a few moments ago, your logo is not correctly installed. They won't looking at this, you know, this is not important from them. They want something fast. They want something cheap, but it is never cheap if it will be bringing money into your pocket, you know. So at the end, my price was, I think, $997, and they did purchase me two packages of $997 each, not one. They purchased two. It was quite unbelievable, and they're on recurring plan for another one. So I do have a sale, the first package on Zaxa. For March. Their package for April is already purchased and paid, and the May package will be automatically billed to them on their credit card. So, and believe me, I did receive at least 7 phone calls from other guys. I even received a call from a videographer from a Remax broker here, who told me, hey, I heard that you were selling something different in video. Can I have a chat with you about this and that. So videographer, as soon as this will be launched, I'm quite sure that they will be calling me instead of me begging them to turn a clip for me. So using after that, like I told you, you know, the Zapier, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, scrape all the information, aggregate all this information in the kind of Google Doc or other, you know, and that's why I'm selling. This will be my upgrade, the leads. We will be pushing leads to our, I didn't create anything new, because what I did really implement what you, Eric, and Adam told us in those 3 different weekends, because I've been there in the 1st of February, the first weekend of February, 2 weeks ago, and this week, you know. And each time, Eric, you're killing the thing with the nail and the nail. You're nail it. So I don't I don't create quite nothing, you know, but I understand how to aggregate those, how to install those, and how to offer those as a product, you know, and everything behind is the coding, the page, the web page, the HTML, the WordPress, optimized press, and so on, you know. And regarding specifically the real estate agent in my area, in the Quebec area, Montreal and Quebec area, I didn't understand that the price, the first price that we have been looking at this morning, Eric, is not enough expensive. Presently, I did change those price, and there will be, you know, I talked with Adam about it, and what he told me, he told me to put the middle price as the cheapest one and upgrade the right one. So that's what I
Mm-hmm.
did, and I will be starting my next pitch with those price next week. So I cross my finger, hoping that it will run correctly. So that's about it. I don't know if I can if you want to ask me some question on it, but this is
Yeah,
where I'm standing. And
yeah.
also,
So
I forgot something. Excuse me. I did approach a real marketing agency in the southern Montreal, and I have a meeting on this coming Tuesday with this guy, and I offering $1 for 50% of his business, telling him that I will bring enough business for this client. He have a lots of clients, and his client are all in the $3 to $5 million a year of business. So this is exactly the target that I have with my product after the or beside the real estate agency. So on Tuesday, I will probably be able to be partner with a real marketing agency that is on business for the past 15 years with all the with everything set up, you know. So, and I'm purchasing this with the faith from these guys on my product, because I made him a full presentation on of it.
okay, okay. And can you explain more regarding that?
Okay, so what I did, I called him because he was he was one of my business partner. I built some code from one of his client about 9 or 10 months ago. I did something for Facebook on him for him. Then I call him and I tell him his name is Gélin. I told him, look, Gélin, I do have something very new, and I really want to share it with you because I want first your advice. I know that you're a consultant for the past 20 years, and you're quite in the same market that I am presently, of shooting to the between $3 and $5 million business, you know, and I'd like to show you something. So I show him first. I start with video remix, and I show him the virtual package, paperless, and everything. Well, exactly what I just said you, plus a few other things, you know, that is more specific on the social media, and we chat the first time. So he left and he tell me, look, let me have it. I didn't talk at that moment about purchasing his enterprise. You know, I just asked him, what do you think about it? Do you think that I'm shooting the right target, or because I'd like to become a real consultant with a real business, with a scalable and sellable business. So we chat again a day after. He asked me some more precise question. I send him link to my application, and on the third day, not the third day of Christmas, but on the third day, he said, "Look, this is awesome. You do have a fortune in your hand." I say, "Oh yeah, I don't know that. Explain me." So he explained me the deal. You know, he did not know that I have on what I have on my mind. You know, but he told me that I have a fortune, that it's completely incredible, that he never saw anything like this, and so and so and so. So I told him, would you like to be able to offer this to your customers? He said, yes, I will really appreciate it, but I don't have nobody able to sell this. You need to be real IT and everything to sell this. I told him, no, 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 well, I'll show you how. And what I told him, I show you how. The only thing that you must know is the what is the problem of your client, and as soon as you know this, you put the tool together, and this is a solution. You know, the client will give you what he wants if you listen it correctly. So I told him at the end of this conversation, and I interrupted real fast. I think, look, I'm sorry, I have another call, and I have another incoming call. It's from my Wall Street Wolf, because I'm naming Adam the Wall Street Wolf on my with my friend. You know, when the Wall Street calling me, say them. You know, and I told this to Adam yesterday. We was chatting together. I told him that I was listening the film 2 or 3 days ago. It was probably the 10th time in a row. He told me that he did listen it 8 times. So we're close together. So I hang up the phone because I doesn't want to go more far with him, because he need to decide to purchase my product, my business, and everything. So he came back to me and he offered me to purchase, because he know that I'm sick and everything. I told him, look, Jeanine, I don't want to do this all my life. You know, I'm an old person, sick person. So, and he came back to me. He said, Mike, look, I will purchase this. Stay in the background, stay as a side consultant for me. I will pull everything in my yard, and I will be doing this. It seemed to be so easy. We discussed around this and everything. So at the end of the conversation, I told him, look, I will offer you something. It's a one-time deal. If it's okay, it's okay. If it's not, it's not. We will be doing business as we was doing last month. I told him, look, I will be buying. Instead of you buying, I will be, because you can't buy my product. You cannot, you know, it's price. The price will be too high. It's my life that I put in it. You know, I have 30 years of experiences, probably 10 years of university and everything, and I don't want to sell it. I'm not ready. When I will be selling it, it will be for, like, you remember, Eric, yesterday or the day before, I told you eight figure in the chat box. So I told him that when I will be selling this one, it will be a 8-figure. Okay, so he told me, okay, what are you offering me? I will be offering you to purchase 50% or 49%, that doesn't matter. Rather prefer 50, because we will be two equal partners. It's easier when they want to make some decision of putting money or anything. They say, yes, okay, so what are you offering me? I told him $1. There was a long silence on the line, and I know that the first one who will be talking after that will be the loser. So I was waiting probably half a minute. And he came back with me, are you serious? Yes, I'm serious, but with my dollar, I bring all the products that are priceless. They will be in my wallet. So I will be able to put them on the table. They will be on my side. We will have a real sharp agreement on it, but we will be able to offer those products to all of your 200 clients. He told me, wow, you're serious? You can do this for me? Yes, I will do this for you. So this guy will receive $1 for 50% of this business, and he sent me a card. He sent me a card yesterday, you know, like a birthday card, you know. It's on my birthday, but he sent me a card with a little gift, you know, and he told me, thank you, Mike. And he is selling his 12 years business for $1, Eric.
Wait, that's pretty crazy. And how do you know how much that business is doing? Is it
Close to 5 million.
a year?
Yeah, with about 40% of gross income. Gross income, because there's not real. It's all consultancy. So this is the labor, and all the consultant are outsourcers. So they did have one project manager, secretary, and the two boss, and something like that. 4 or 5
Can we
person.
can we invest in the business too?
Yeah, yeah, if you want $1. Hey, Rick, $1. This is not an expensive one, you know.
Adam's messaging me. He said he wants to invest as well. Um,
We will chat
we can
about this later. Yeah,
merge with Video Remix.
yeah, yeah. That can be awesome, Eric.
But
Yes, for sure.
seriously, I mean, you know, like we can maybe
I
actually
look,
come up with
pay
some
the
good.
dollars. Eric, pay the dollars, so it will be free for me. You will be paying the dollar. No problem. I,
And figure out how to help you continually scale and improve. This is absolutely amazing, absolutely fantastic. So, what do you plan on doing with this? Um, Tell me, like, are you what are your plans regarding this collaboration with now, I guess, your new business partner and what you're going to do?
okay, I have already another partner. This other partner, I'm in the eastern part of Quebec. The other partner is close to the western part, and the agency is in the other with the southwest part. So we are three. The first one name is Eric. Eric, he is handling a franchise business. He is selling franchise concept of quite window washing for the building, water heater, cleaning something, a franchise that are sellable for between 40 and $100,000. You do have a full team of support, of salesperson, of everything. So
Mm-hmm.
Eric Business is my, I call it virtual agency marketing, virtual agency presently, because he is selling for me, and they do have training for his personal and everything. So because when I decided to rebuild my scalable business and everything, I need, because I can't be alone in my office, without legs, in a wheelchair, and saying, "Hey guys, I do have a real big marketing agencies, scalable, and so on." So I need to put real people in it. I can't. It's possible for me to sell real estate online without seeing them, no problem. But to be better than that and to have a wider look at the market, I will be. I think that Eric will be the salesperson, with the car, real salesperson to sell around here. And he did hire a 100% English speaking ladies that will be our online salesperson. On top of that, Gélin, with his little business, will be our real agents. The real agent, because I do have a virtual address presented that I'm paying from. I do have an address in Delaware, another one in Oregon, another one in British Columbia in the western part of Canada. But to be more put more meat around the bone, like I said, we will have a real agency, a real brick and mortar place, that will put some more credibility into our product. And as soon as I will have the paper for the agents, I will, if you're really interested, I will send you the financial statement and everything. And I know that Adam, or you told me in another meeting that it's quite easy for you to make the diligence, la diligence. In French, it's verification diligence, but I don't know in English what it is. Verification diligence, the paper screening and
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah, and starting that point, we will be able to put a real price on this, because perhaps $1 is too expensive for it, because he told me that he don't have no debt. He only have a little credit line with the bank of $10,000, something like that, use at $6,000. So no debt, nothing. All his furniture and everything is clear. So, it will be a good deal. So, starting this week, I will be working with them on this coming Tuesday, and hope that everything will be correct. And so, this will be the first major leverage that I will be do that I did. That or will be doing. I don't know to say that using my new understanding of the SaaS scalable business.
SaaS. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's really cool. That's amazing. Can you tell us more about the $2,000 deals that you closed?
On the video remix.
Yeah, just more about your in-depth, your sales process, how you talk to people, just everything.
Okay, so the first thing that I did during our last seminar, webinar last 2 weeks ago, uh, Adam or you, I don't remember, you told us, okay, you need to be in touch with 10 or 12 videographer. With then 2 weeks earlier, Adam told us you need to send 10 or 12 email to guys and everything. Okay, so I did all those homework, and after I did start back, on the Monday, I did start back to redo the same thing. So I probably send manually probably 200 emails to agent and probably 20 or 25 call to a videographer. I did find two videographer. One who is a youngster, and I saw his job, and he is doing a real marvelous job. And I set up a price with him for a 1,500 square feet house and 2,000 square feet house. He will be bookmarking the footage, so I will be able, because we implement the 4-channel and 8-channel 360 degrees virtual tour. So our 8-channel, it's an upgrade. The 8-channel is only a clickable link that we put on the video remix film, and this clickable link brings you directly to the room, I don't know, the kitchen or the bathroom or something like that. So if somebody want to watch only the kitchen, you click on the kitchen, and we call it 4 or 8 channel 360 virtual tour, and I'm selling it as an add-on. And so out of all those emails and try to find some videographer working for me, I found two videographer. One is we established the price on which you will be keeping the first $220 from a film, okay, and I keep the rest. So I will be able to sell to the agent probably 350. I will be keeping $100 on the film, and he will be keeping his 250, which is his fee. He is delivering me two different products, a real raw product that if I need, I will be able to work at it, and another product inside he will be installing the bookmark, so we will be able to implement with Video Remix the clickable link for the channel. So this is it for the videographer. Presently, I have on my working table 6 films to be taken. The first one will be filmed tomorrow at 1, and all of the rest during the next week. Now, regarding the real estate agent, it has been really tough because I did receive different email. Some email, you're talking about scrap years, so I don't want you. We already have it. 360 is all, we're using it for 2 years, and everything that you know, Eric, about answer like those. But at the end of the day, I end up with 10 or 12 good leads. So what I did, I invite them on a small presentation, a small digital presentation, like a webinar, and I show them a little, only probably 9-minute film that I made with an intro and outro. I'm doing an outro with videos, so I create a small outro, a cute outro and cute intro. And at the end of it, each of them told me, we never seen something like this. How are you doing this? And those was youngster, okay? Young agent starting to work for the past, since a year or two or something like that. They don't have the budget of the two big guys that I signed, but those are my next customer. Not this week, but the next coming week, I do have appointment set on Calendly with them, and I will be helping them, because this will be the others, my left hand work. I will be helping them because they will be my next salesperson. Okay, I will be giving them for zero the first setup. Okay, telling them that you owe me $400 or $500, you owe me this, and if you bring me one customer, you don't owe me anything, and you do have something like 90 days. I won't be making any paper on it. It's on a word from them, but I'm sure that they will be doing this, after chatting with them. So I will, starting that point, spending probably $250 for a film, spending a few hours of mine to setting up everything, and then after investing, let's say $500, okay, I will have at least 5 person that will be working on the field for me, trying to find me some new client. And the most important thing, those person will be talking to everybody in their area and their friend and anything of my new package system about virtual paperless everything. Okay, so those are those guys. This is my upcoming business. Now for the two that I already signed. Okay, those guys, what I did with those guys, one of those, I took the in French it's la chambre d'immeuble, where all those agents are taking their license and everything. So I called there. I told this lady, look, I want to purchase an house in Quebec area. I'm new here, and could you refer me a few agents? Give me 5, but I don't want a newcomer. I want some agent that have at least 50 or 75 listing and so on. The girl said me, I can't give you those names. I told her I don't want one. Give me 10 if you want. Okay. She said, okay, I give you 10. So I took those 10 names. I goes on their website, make a screen on their guys. What are they doing? Which type of house are they selling? In which area are they selling? Because I want, in my mind, I want to offer them the exclusivity, in a few weeks. And so I picked 2 of those. I picked more than that, but I hand with 2 of those who are at about 250 miles one from the other one. So I call the first one. The first one was working in Quebec City with an agency that's named La Capitale, and talking with this guy, his name is Dennis. Talking with Dennis, we chat a few times. I send him a kind of video intro, which is not anything regarding real estate, which is completely regarding the personalized videos system, video 360, documentation regarding how much the open rate and everything, the closing rate, the converting rate of those, and those guys are really intelligent, because I understand now that it's so hard for them, to be to compete everybody, they're all in competition, they're working in the same office, your neighbor is not your friend, yes, he's your friend at the end of the day when you go at the pub, but during the day, it's your worst enemy. So I understand that this is difficult for them. So what I told them, like I told you, after chatting with them, the first one referred me, the other one, both of them came on a call with me. I showed them for the first time a product, and they're starting to ask me lots of different questions, regarding not the quality, like I told you, of the film, nothing about this, but yes, okay, I will invest $1,000. How do I get my money back? I told them, okay, if you get one listing, how does it work for you? If you get one seller, how does it get for you? If you would get one buyer, how does it work for you? And if I bring you an FSBO that signed a listing with you, how does it work for you? If my product help you to list a expire FSBO instead of your competitor, because you will be able to offer those products as an added value to your standard offer. Okay, so starting that point, I decided to explaining them how to offer our 360 personalized or any other product itself as an upgrade to their product. So this is how I made this sales. And at the end, they told me, are you able to give me a rebate if I purchase 2 of those? I told them, no, it's not possible, because I made this price especially for you guys, and normally I should ask close to $4,000 for this package, but I did reduce it at close to my cost, and I can't reduce this even if you pick 5 of those. What I can do on your next purchase, when you will be on a monthly basis, we will be able to set you something else, enable a kind of rebate for you on it. But starting now, you do need to go on a $2,000 per month recurring, and we will be in business for us. We did sign a one-pager contract, okay, and I signed them they signed me a non-disclosure on a one-pager. I signed them a non-disclosure regarding their customer, their client, the listing content, and that's it. So now we will be filming next week and producing and everything. So within 10 days, this product will be online for those guys. And meanwhile, I do have my Filipinos girl. I have been so lucky, Eric. Uh, I found a girl in a Filipino on the Filipinos website that has been working for past 5 or 6 years for a UK real estate promoter. So this girl knows exactly how Zapier work and everything. She did even set something in Zapier that I can't. I asked Eric, he gave me a short training on it, but I really want to go more deeper, with Zapier. And this girl know how to do this, so she did set up everything. Now I do have report incoming in my Google. It's quite unbelievable. So she is working at this presently in order to, as soon as the film will be correct, we will have enough client target for those two agents.
Perfect, perfect. Mike, you're absolutely killing it. I love this. I'm really excited. I look, what I want to do is I want to see does does anyone have any additional questions for Mike before we wrap this up? I'm so excited to have you a part of the partner program, Mike. You are a fantastic addition, and um, I'm just really excited because I know you're growing with super lightning speed. I was talking to one of the other partners. He has potentially an $80,000 contract that involves a total marketing solution, some of it video remix, and just the success stories are getting me excited. I know you don't see my screen, but Adam's been pinging me this whole time. We're really pumped up regarding what we have in store for everyone regarding video remix over the next couple of months. So let me see. Jeff was asking what types of contracts do you have people in the Philippines sign? And Jeff, we hopefully I'm probably going to try to share a couple of those tomorrow with you so that you have it in the members area. Okay? And I can ask that. Yeah, Mike, before we wrap up, Jeff wanted to ask what types of contracts do you have your customers sign?
Okay, I did purchase a package, and I think it's a French package, which his name is, just I don't remember exactly. It's a business in a box. Business in a box. It's a all web based different contract in lots of different languages, and I do have them in French and in English. It's not really expensive; it's a few $100s, and all the contracts are there. And it's real often they're too long. You need to chop them a little bit. But there's too much detail. But I'm basically because I don't want to pay $1,000 for lawyers and everything. I'm quite sure that I have one of these documents checked by my lawyers. And because I don't want to be personally engaged. Suppose the real estate put everything online, and we did all our best effort, to bring client, and this doesn't work for him for any reason. I want to be sure that all the liability. So I did check this contract that they signed, and this is correct. So even though I hope that this won't happen, but even though there's no real result for a specific agent, this won't be this won't happen. But I won't be. I don't have any liability in the performance or the result.
Okay, okay. Perfect. So, look, if anyone has any other questions, you know where to find Mike. He is on Facebook. Before we wrap this up, what I want to do is I want to make sure that every single person here, because this has been fantastic, and I want Mike to get excited as well to share more of his stories with us. So please, if you can go into our group, I will send everyone a link. Please leave a comment there. It would be extremely helpful. And I know people are getting very excited. So please go ahead. Um, please go ahead. Please do that. Would be really appreciated, and we can keep this going. Mike, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it, and I'm really happy. I'm really
Yes.
happy. Uh, Jeanette says, thanks for a great presentation. Uh, I'm also she says I'm 78, starting another career in marketing. She said she was encouraged and appreciates it. So thank you so much, Mike. And did everyone leave a comment? Give me a yes if you left a comment. I want to make sure every single person, like I said, so that we keep the momentum going. We also encourage Mike, and we make sure we are moving forward. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you tomorrow. We're going to reconvene at the same time at 11 a.m. and I will see you there.